The time is 11 o'clock on this late Monday night, 9th of July, 2018. It's time now for the Peter Channel. 11 o'clock news on this late Monday night, July 9th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. The time is 11 o'clock on this late Monday night. And our top stories on the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news is President Trump taps federal appeals court judge Brett Kavanaugh for the Supreme Court. What health risk will the Thai soccer players face after they rescued from the cave? Boris Johnson resigns from UK's foreign secretary to post over May's Brexit plan. Governor will miss deadline to reunify young children with parents. Miracle baby found safe in Montana for being buried alive. San Bernardino County prosecutor put on leave after offensive social media posts. Mississippi man stabs his grandmother for office before security guard shoots and kills them. Detained migrants say the needs of children and pregnant women are being ignored as they are held in prison-like conditions. 4 boys are rescued from Thailand cave as rescuers hurry to beat the rain. Pompeo in Afghanistan, the Taliban cannot wait us out. Flood in Japan has killed more than 100. Merkel launched China's market opening and trade rebuff to President Trump. IOP returns to the original name after Burger Stunt. The product is banned in some cities. The company is valued at $2 billion as Uber partners with electric scooter company Lime to expand use of rented scooters in Denver. McKinsey ends work with ICE amid fear over immigration policy. Cumberland Farms in Attleboro on Pleasant gets a major makeover. Lightning strike at water plant floods waters in Attleboro. North Attleboro Pond tragedy marks 9th trend in state since June. Attleboro, 9 drownings in 9 days, including a 16-year-old boy in North Attleboro on Sunday, had hit state hard, but the Attleboro YMCA is hoping to prevent others with the water safety classes here and in Norton. Attleboro drug trafficking suspect fails to appear in court. Drop the chalupa. Taco Bell coming to Arts 4 Corners in Taunton. West Bridgewater, a man suffering from a gunshot wound held in an ambulance on Route 24. Monday evening, officials said an unusual scene on the side of the state highway. An East Bridgewater ambulance was driving stop on the Route 24 at 6:20 p.m. Fire Chief Timothy Harn said when 2 men flagged down the ambulance when the men suffered a gunshot wound to his shoulder, Harn said it was immediately tended to timely care. For those with autism, the second course of Bridgewater restaurant. A Brockton, a child, was injured Sunday evening when he pushed on a screen and fell from the 3rd floor. Women 18 injured at Brockton rollover crash. Fireball flies across Midwest sky. Sunday leaves brilliant green light. Scientists discover the world's oldest colors. Oxygen levels on early Earth rose fell several times before great oxidation even. Russia just launched the fastest cargo mission ever to the space station. FDA parasites in Del Monte Village will cause skip that. Let's cut that. The boys trapped in a Thailand cave could face an unusual disease. Dr. Bernard widespread helps drives many medical errors. Parents who had severe trauma, stresses, and childhood more likely to have kids with behavioral health problems. Three hours ago in Manchester, New Hampshire, at Woodbury Street, a motor actor roll over. Peter Channel News Time. 11:04 on this late Monday night. Time now for a Peter Channel traffic and transit check. Beep beep. MBTA subway ferry and the commuter rail. It's looking good in Rhode Island. 146 on the northbound side. Little slow. 123 in Lincoln. Westbound side of Newport Bridge. It's a little slow. 24 on the southbound side. Little slow. 140 in the Berkeley Taunton area. Ridge Street on the northbound side. Little slow on the Marshfield stretch. 495 on the northbound side. Little slow on the Carver stretch. 3 on the northbound side. Little slow on the Braintree split. 495 on the northbound side. Little slow on the Rentham and Franklin area. 120 on the northbound side. So the need of Route 9 in Wellesley. Mass Pike westbound side. So between the lower area and the South Boston Mass Pike eastbound side. Little slow on the Pruitt Tunnel. 93 on the northbound side. Little slow on the Somerville stretch. 120 on the northbound side. A little slow around. 2A up in Lexington. 495 on the northbound side. A little slow around 20 in Denver. 95 on the northbound side. A little slow on the George Strand stretch. Central Massachusetts A4 westbound side. Little slow on Route 20 in Sturbridge. 91 on the northbound side. So between 57 and 291 in Springfield. 391 on the northbound side. Little slow on Chicopee stretch. 91 on the southbound side. Little slow on the Northampton stretch. 91 on the northbound side. Little slow on South Hadley stretch. in Connecticut, Route 2 eastbound side. Those on the Marlboro stretch, 95 on both ends back from the west end of New Haven, 95 on both ends back from the Fairfield and New Bridgeport stretch, Merritt Parkway on the westbound side. It's slow between Westport and Hit down the Granite stretch, 84 westbound side, also before Route 8 up in Waterbury, Connecticut. Up north, Interstate 89, the northbound side, also before the U.S.-Canadian border, and Ottawa 59, the northbound side, so in the sun, go back out towards Montreal. Peter Childers time. 11:05 on this late Monday night, and it's time now for a weather report. And the work week gets started off on the warm side, and tomorrow expect taste a real hot one in store, but not as going to be as bad as the one we experienced last week. We had a week of hot temperatures, but not as going to be as bad as one last week. All right, looking at the current conditions in North Massachusetts at the 11th hour, 67 degrees at temperature, humidity of 82%, 2.62, and barometer 3.1 inches. All right, looking at it, regional forecast, regional temperatures, 75 in Boston and Beverly and Gloucester and Bedford, 72 in Fitchburg, 70 in Worcester, 73 in Norwood, 70 in Taunton, 64 in New Bedford, 66 in Plymouth and Provincetown and Falmouth, 68 in Chatham, 64 in Provincetown, 64 in Montford and Nantucket, 68 in Newport and Blocktown, 66 out in Quonset, 70 in Providence, 68 in Connecticut, in Groton, Connecticut, 73 in New Haven and Bridgeport, Connecticut, 72 out in Danbury, Connecticut, 70 in Waterbury, Connecticcut, 75 in Windsor and Harvard, Connecticut, 70 in Islip, 72 in New York City, 70 in Springfield, 72 out in Orange, 70 out in Pittsfield, 66 in North Andover, Massachusetts, 75 out in Albany, New York, 64 in Silver Springs, 73 in Rutland, Vermont, 64 in Bennington and Buttermore, Vermont, 70 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 66 in Keenan, Trafford, New Hampshire, 75 in Nashua, New Hampshire, 70 in Manchester and Concord, New Hampshire, 73 in Laclure, New Hampshire, 77 in Portland, New Hampshire, and 68 in Portland, Maine. All right, looking at the national map, stationary front from Idaho, stretching all the way down to Nebraska, and Mercer cold front from Iowa, stretching all the way down to eastern Ontario, the stationary front up in Northern Quebec, and the low pressure in Quebec. Stationary front from Arkansas down to the southeast corner of the country and out to the Atlantic states. And couple of front boundaries and low pressures on the west coast, situated in the middle, a high pressure ridge in the Rockies and high pressure ridges in Missouri, and another one in the Appalachians on the middle United States, and a high pressure ridge up in northern Great Lakes. 76 in Boston, 79 in Washington, D.C., 82 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 85 in Kansas City and Chicago, Illinois, 81 in Dallas and Atlanta, Georgia, 84 in Brownsville, Texas, and Miami, Florida. It's 83 in Albuquerque, Mexico, 87 out in Dallas, 94 out in Salt Lake City, 88 in Great Falls, Montana, 65 in Seattle, 78 in San Francisco, and 80 degrees out in Los Angeles. All right, let's take a look at the national, looking at the radar satellite loop, and it shows patchy rain showers up in northern Maine and north central Quebec, and rain showers of southeastern coast of Nova Scotia. And some rain showers in northwestern portions of Michigan. In the southeastern corner of the country, there's Chris off the Carolina coast, and rain in east of Wilmington, North Carolina, and some patchy rain showers and storms from western Florida, southwestern Georgia, stretching about Alabama, and out of northern Mississippi, and around Memphis, Tennessee, and rain showers in northeastern Louisiana, and rain showers and storms from north central Texas and southwestern Dallas-Fort Worth, and rain showers in northeastern Texas. And down in the southwestern portion of the country, and showers and storms from western Texas and down for New Mexico, and heavy showers and storms western Arizona, and down for Nevada and Utah, and southeastern portions of California with some clouds. And northwestern portion of the country, showers and storms, cluster of showers and storms stretching from the Rockies up into Montana. Another patch of heavy rain, showers and storms from northeastern Montana down to northern portions of North Dakota and the southeastern portions of Saskatchewan and southwestern Manitoba, and some rain showers in the northwestern Oregon and western Washington State and southwestern British Columbia. All right, the latest on Chris. Tropical Chris now still a tropical storm, 32.3 to the north, 74.3 to the west. Max sustained wind 70 miles an hour, movement stationary. And public advisory, Chris became main station with a little change of strength, expected to become a hurricane on Tuesday. There are no coastal waters warnings affecting the risk on the coast of the North Carolina and the Canadian Maritime should monitor the progress of the system. At 11 p.m. Eastern time, the center of tropical Chris was located in latitude 32.3 to the north, latitude 74.3 to the west. Chris has been mainly stationary in the past several hours, and a little motion is expected tonight. And northeastward motion should begin on Tuesday, and Chris is forecast to accelerate northeastward on Wednesday and Thursday. Reports by the NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that maximum sustained winds are near 70 miles an hour with higher gusts. Low change of strength is expected tonight. However, Chris expects a strength of hurricane on Tuesday. The additional strength is expected tonight and Wednesday. Tropical force winds extend up 70 miles from the center, and the minimum center pressure reported by the Hurricane Hunter aircraft is 995 millibars, 39 inches. Swells generated by Chris are expected to increase and affect portions of the coast of North Carolina and the Middle United States during the next few days, and these swells could cause life-threatening surf with recurrent conditions. Please consult approximately a local web office. Alright. And we got another tropical depression. This is the remnants of barrel. Produces strong gusty winds in areas of heavy rain over the North Central Caribbean Sea, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. And this is expected to move west-northwest across Hispaniola on overnight and Tuesday, with local development expected during the time due to land and track action and unfavorable upper-level winds. A turn to the northwest and then northward expected by beginning by Tuesday night and taking the system across the Bahamas and the Atlantic waters. Environmental conditions could become a little more conducive for regeneration of tropical cyclone Wednesday night and Thursday when the system is forecast to be north of the Bahamas. Regardless of the development, local heavy rains and gusty winds are likely over a portion of Hispaniola and the Bahamas as with the remnants of barrel move across these areas. Additional information on the system can be found in the high seas forecast issued by the National Weather Service. Formation chance 4 hours low, 10%. Formation chance 5 days. Medium, 50%. Alright. What I'm thinking. Dew points a tad bit sticky. Patchy fog in the morning. 106 tomorrow. Expect 90s inland. Near 80 in charge of storms. Hit or miss. Variety close to half. Hundreds of inches of rain. And looking at the area forecast discussion of a hot afternoons and top Tuesday and partial cold front may trigger a few thunderstorms late Tuesday afternoon and night. Charleston for Chris is well east of the Crown is expected to intensify a hurricane later tonight or Tuesday morning. Lamar likely Tuesday morning, but likely pass well southeast of New England on Wednesday to Thursday. This track will combine impacts to high surface dangerous current conditions. Please continue to monitor the latest forecast on Chris from the National Weather Service otherwise. Main dry weather for the rest of this work week with seasonal temperatures of clear skies across southern New England with some higher clouds in the northwest, which will spill in the region late tonight. Southwest will and higher developed points to keep temperatures mild than the previous nights. The lows mainly in the 60s and some upper 50s in a normally cooler location in Connecticut Valley in the northern Massachusetts and to southeastern Massachusetts. Some patchy late night radiation fog is possible for the typical prone locations. Alright. Air quality alert for tonight and tomorrow. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast goes like this. Tonight, clear sky about 61 degrees, southwest about 6 miles an hour for Tuesday. South sky about 91 degrees, and southwest about 3 to 7 miles an hour for tonight. A chance of showers and thunderstorms remain between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. Patch back after 5 a.m. was mostly cost about 65 degrees, southwest about 5 miles coming common in the evening. Chance ratio is 40%. Dew rain amounts less than 10 inches, volatile amounts possible thunderstorms for Wednesday. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 a.m. Patch out before 70 miles. Partly south about 77 degrees, and northwest about 6 miles an hour. Chance ratio 20%. Tonight, a patch fog after 3 a.m. was mostly close about 57 degrees and northwest about 5 miles coming common in the evening first Thursday. Sunday, partly cost about 81 about 60 degrees. For Friday, most sunny, partly cost about 83 about 61 degrees. For Saturday, partly sunny, most cost about 84 about 64 degrees. Sunday, chance of showers, partly sunny, mostly cost about 85 about 65 degrees and chance ratio 30%. And for Monday, most of the sun's got about 87 degrees. Peter Chill News Time. 11:14 on this Monday night. It is time now for Peter Channel Sports Nightly. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Good evening, sports fans, on this Monday night. Top story on Peter Channel Sports Nightly is the red hot Boston Red Sox are as hot as spicy peanuts as the Red Sox open up the final homestand of the first half of the regular season on right foot as they defeated the Texas Rangers 5-0. Steve Pearce started things off in the bottom of the first on a home run fly ball left field, scores J.D. Martinez to make it 2-0. Then bottom eighth, J.D. Martinez sealed the deal for the Red Sox. It is 24 on a fly ball to left center field that scores big bets as the Sox beat the Rangers 5-0 at the Fenway Park as they scored a 6-3-29 this season. And Eduardo Rodriguez pitched very well. 3 hits given up and struck out 5. Chris Sale's going to be pitching on Wednesday. So tomorrow we will have to be determined. Well, Yamani Glavin on man for the Texas Rangers. All right, looking at some other Major League Baseball scores. LA Dodgers 5, San Diego Padres 0. Bottom 4, Chicago Cubs 1 and the San Francisco Giants nothing. Baltimore Orioles 5 and the New York Yankees 4. In the first game, the Yankees pounded the Baltimore Orioles 10-2. Philadelphia Phillies fall to New York Mets 4-3 final in 10 innings. And the first game in Phillies 3 and Mets 2. Mets 1 in the second game. Pittsburgh Pirates over the Washington Nationals 6-3. Cincinnati Reds beat the Cleveland Indians in the Battle of Ohio 7-5. Milwaukee Brewers fall to the Miami Marlins in the final 10 innings 4-3. And the Detroit Tigers fall to the Tampa Bay Rays 10-9 final 10 innings. And the Minnesota Twins 3 and the Kansas City Royals 1. And the Oakland A's got blanked by the Oakland A's 2-0. All right, let's take a look at the latest standings. Red Sox have a 2.5 game lead on the New York Yankees for first place in the American League. Cleveland Indians get a 9-game lead over the Minnesota Twins. The AL Central, Houston Astros a 3-game lead on the Seattle Mariners in the AL West. And in the National League, you have the Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies in a tie for the National League East. Milwaukee Brewers are 1 game ahead of the Chicago Cubs for first place in the NL Central, and Arizona Diamondbacks a 1-game lead on the LA Dodgers for first place in the National League West. And the wild card teams are New York Yankees and Seattle, and wild card teams in the National League are Chicago, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. Paul Sox have an All-Star break. They'll be back at McCoy tomorrow for a 4-game series against the Syracuse at McCoy. All right, looking at some sports news. Lakers signed LeBron James. New York Yankees showing interest in Manny Machado. England fans can't stop saying it's coming home for the World Cup 2018. New York Giants tackler A.J. Francis blasted the TSA for spilling his mom's ashes. Michael Vick Ochocinco screwed up in flag football, and it's fun. Kirk Cousins explained why he was disappointed when he was drafted by the Redskins. Chidobe Awuzo's rookie season should increase to expectation for 2018. 5 Red Sox headed to Midsummer Classic in Washington next Tuesday. Wimbledon opponent bizarre response to Serena Williams' question. San Francisco Giants will to trade Madison Bumgarner, Brandon Belt, and more. Leonard Fournette open less is more. New York Yankees merge as players in the Machado trade. Chris Brewing makes up lost time as Sky just missed out of the third tour stage. Women Forest gives Mets reason to cheer as walk-off hero again. Gracious staff member Arjun Biofich over glory to Ukraine message. And they learn on junior defense Ricky Stenhouse at junior after J. Turner Rex. Harold Varner III merged parents long day after finishing 5th. Sale Penford at David Tepper closes. And Jay Cutler the king of the not caring still rules on very cavalier. And Lakers outpaced Bulls 69-60 beyond strong game from Josh Hart. Luis Enrique is Spain's new manager, so it's time to stop getting his name wrong. New York Yankees trade target all-star stump Blake Snell's Giant star Odell Beckham's new buddy. LA Clippers look Baba Bute reach a deal. Serena Williams and John Eisner divided on Trump at Wimbledon. Badly injured in summer league pay. Ex-Detroit Lion Brandon Pettigrew replay punches cop arrested in Pittsburgh. Brian Leonard rumors as new team getting generating buzz as potential destination. Carl Anthony Williams, 7-6 merge Lakers, Heat, and Rockets are seen as a favorite. Dallas Mavericks beat the Warriors in the NBA Summer League 2018-91-71. Steve Sarkis lost his wrongful termination suit against USC. Crowds in Moscow make Kidder rethink 2022 World Cup plans. Derek Jeter was absolutely fleeced by one-of-kind Blues GM David Stearns in a Kristen Yelich trade. Duncan Robinson, strong candidate for a signed contract per Miami Herald. Mackenzie McDonald's Wimbledon their special for his former coach at UCLA. Dallas Cowboys back arrested for pulling a gun and road rage incident. The Chicago Bulls gave Zach LaVine his money, but it's not time to give him back. Ron Williams out tonight, but not shut on, says Danny Ainge of the Celtics. Riley Alkins is no longer as an agent and is assigned with the Rapids yet per reports. Bryce Harper, Max Scherzer, and Sean Doolittle named 2018 All-Stars for the Washington Nationals. Brandon Bauer arrested after kidnapping women and holding her against will, police said. Jake Layman leads Portland Trail Blazers over Atlanta Hawks 85-68 in NBA Summer League action, while Wizards fall to the 9-5-9 win against the Spurs but make progress. Joakim Noah once saying with Knicks, I love New York. Landry Ball to play after going undrafted by NBA teams. Blaze gives away free pizza tomorrow to celebrate LeBron James' Laker arrival. 2018 NBA free agent rumored trades as Zaza Pachulia agrees to a one-year deal with the Pistons. Chicago basketball players, referees trade punches in the game in Atlanta. Death of former NBA UCLA player Tyler Hancock is being investigated. Powder returns to China and record and just messed up in Hamilton clashes Rosebergen. Hedrick Panetta reveals the best performance in T20 IS. And Tab Hunter, icon in 1950s after dead age. And I'll see you tomorrow morning in the Moorport. Y'all have a good night.